that you mean it. You mean it. But you're so right, we're losing track of time, buying things online and it's not like we need them. We don't need them. So can we just slow down? The only thing I'll do is lay here next to you. We need to slow down. Embrace the love we found. For you and I are safe and sound. And we just slow down.
Hey, good morning. It is Wednesday, July 15th. What is up? Who has pink on? We have different days of the week where we pick a color, any color, but Wednesdays have always stuck for certain reasons. I like Mellow Yellow Monday because I love the color yellow, but with my red hair, it looks horrible. Now, if you would like your own t-shirt, put a donation in the channel and you will go into the hopper. Now, first off, our top fans today are Stacy, Jonathan, and Uli. V. Oakley, I'm in purple today. That is a shade of pink, so you're good. You're good. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about that. It's just kind of a running joke. So thank you to our top fans today, which are Stacy, Jonathan, and Uli, but that could change any minute. Tropicana. I have cute pink socks and a t-shirt on. My goodness, what to do? Lisa Aldrich, I tried to call you last night after a couple of crazy shows and I couldn't get a hold of you. You ghosted me. My goodness, what to do? What to do? A lot of things are coming out in this case, and there is not one of them that is not damn disturbing. I'm telling you right now, they are disturbing. And I have had several people reach out to me that have been by the house. They're like, it is boarded up. There are things at that Dollar General that they could have bought. For one, trash bags. They have clothes there. They have shoes. I understand it's not Macy's. I get. Hold on. This is very important. Hold on. All right. No offense to Elizabeth and the gang, but I have been waiting on this for I can't tell you how long. May said on Monday, Bath & Body Works launched a very specific product line at Ulta, and it includes Juniper Breeze. I about had a freaking heart attack. All right. I need to get a defibrillator really quick because that is my favorite lotion everywhere. Rachel. Someone commented they were making formula with vegetable oil, sugar, and water. Well, they're going to find out soon, but I have zero idea why they were doing that because they were getting state benefits. They did have WIC, and they just ran from town to town once they got in trouble in 2021. What did the family look like before 2021? Well, their pictures look much different. But in 2021 is when Adavale Elementary School went after Gary Jr. and Elizabeth because 6 kids were not going to school. You know what's going to happen? They're going to do the whole, well, because of COVID, we were isolated. Well, you had a backyard and you had a front yard. You guys were already isolated. This woman has been pregnant for 18 years. It's ridiculous. The house is boarded up. There's crime scene tape around it. She wants a modified bond to see her children. I don't think they're going to let that happen. And even if they put it at, say, $50,000, where is she going to scrub up $500,000? Oh, I forgot. She has a lot of fans on the internet. And that gets me in trouble quite a bit because there's many people that believe she is a victim. What I read in the same article that talked about the gag order, that anyone involved in the case, which is not me, is not allowed to speak, as in a gag order. So that's Gary Jr.'s attorney, Elizabeth's, Lynn, also known as Christine, and Gary Sr. Okay? None of their attorneys are allowed to skedaddle over to Chris Cuomo anymore. And the older kids did have social media. Let's take a second and tell all of our friends hi. And remember today, there's Ruby. What up, girlfriend? I've been missing you. There's Chocolate Covered Pickle, one of the funniest names I've ever seen. There's my girl Lisa A, who was treating YouTube yesterday like Thunderdome. It was hard for me to keep a straight face. It was awesome. But today is Wednesday, and it's a running joke. We wear pink on Wednesdays. So, wear it or don't. Either way, you can sit over. That is one of my favorite movies. You're exactly right. Who said it? Sherry Lynn. Very good. By the way, a couple of you have lost your memberships, and so let's get some memberships going. I will put the link in, and then when I get a little break, I will gift memberships just in case someone just can't do it. Let's get to it, because we have a big members live coming right around the corner.
It's been exactly 1 week since 16 children were found inside this Vinton County home. And today, 3 of the 4 people charged with endangering all 16 of those children will appear in court. If you take a look, this is what the property looks like. Again, exactly 1 week later, they've got caution tape surrounding the entire property. And as we zoom in a little, you can kind of see the windows and the doors have been boarded up. It's very quiet on this street. But again, today, Gary Siders Jr., along with Christina Siders and Elizabeth Siders, set to appear in court, all three facing 16 counts of endangering children, which is a second-degree felony.
If the prosecutor does his homework, and they have two special prosecutors, okay? They have special prosecutors. They will get 10 years per count. So do the math. 10 times 16, or in Elizabeth's case, 10 times 17. Bama Cat's a new member. Woohoo!
It's been exactly 1 week since 16 children were found inside this Vinton County home. And today, 3 of the 4 people charged with endangering all 16 of those children will appear in court. If you take a look, this is what the property looks like. Again, exactly 1 week later, they've got caution tape surrounding the entire property. And as we zoom in a little, you can kind of see the windows and the doors have been boarded up. It's very quiet on this street. But again, today, Gary Siders Jr., along with Christina Siders and Elizabeth Siders, set to appear in court, all three facing 16 counts of endangering children, which is a second-degree felony. It's unclear when Gary Siders Sr. will be back in court. Meantime, community members gathered last night for a prayer vigil and support event. Many neighbors around here still questioning how so many children could have lived in such a small place for such a long time. And again, those court appearances set for 1 o'clock this afternoon. We'll bring you the latest as we...
All right, so what they did is they still have not modified Elizabeth's bond. However, it's been made clear that if convicted with what the state of Ohio wants, it will be 10 years per count. That's very simple math. Very simple math. And they are waiting to expose the DNA on the children. Hence, in my opinion, is why the gag order was put down yesterday. And I have a feeling that the gag order was put down for Elizabeth's attorney, who is loving talking to Chris Cuomo, and anyone that will give him 15 minutes. They don't want him to say anything, because this is a rabbit hole you can't get out of. All right, there is only a certain amount of actual footage of inside the house that is not AI generated. This has been verified. Vinton County 16, Gypsy 679 from TikTok actually got this from the New York Post. Oh, thank you, Janica. Wait said, I'm still gagging. Look at that. Look at all of that. Look, if Elizabeth was pregnant and she couldn't pick up, and the old man is too sick to do anything, what were the kids doing? These are 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old children. Did they not know how to put things in trash bags? What is going on? Who could live in that? Look at the refrigerator. Yep, I saw that. They said there was so much ammonia smell in the house that the paint was peeling off the wall. What is up with the stove? I'm going to assume they might have had some animals in the house. To tear up doors like that. If I had 16 kids, we wouldn't need a dining room table. We would be eating off the floor. Everyone would have a chore. Listen to me, Ryman. Where did all this shit come from? And it's composting in the house. It's composting. It's becoming dirt. It stinks. Exactly why did no one go to the dollar store and get some trash bags? Let me go back to the couch. Hold on. That's a broken down couch. That is nasty. That is nasty. Let me tell you what. I get anxious when I get groceries and they're up on our kitchen bar, because the sooner it gets put away, the better I feel. My husband has this little habit of when he shuts a drawer, something's hanging out of it. And it makes me sick. Where did all of the boxes come from? The only people malnourished in the home are the 2 children that were life flighted and the other children they had to treat. I haven't read anything about the infants. There's a paper plate. I don't know what the hell they're doing with that. They got a crock pot by some bleach. That looks like a kitty litter box. That's a stove. And remember, this is other people's property. They're just renting. Sister Karen said boxes came from the food banks. Goodness. All right. Let's please tell Janica, thank you so much for making it rain in here. And if you did get a membership, please tell her thank you. Baby Pickle said, where did they cook? That stove is terrible. I don't think they cared. I do not think they cared. It's a wonder that the house didn't burn down, or their other residences, because you can't tell me that the other ones looked any better, because that is a fire hazard. Well, Stacy's not a fire hazard. You know why? Because she just donated to the channel. Love you, Stacy. Ugh. If they didn't cook, then why is the stove so nasty? They're going to have to tear that whole place down. I just don't understand. I get that your house gets away from you sometimes. You know, the laundry gets stacked up. You know, you skipped washing bedspreads and sheets on Thursday. You didn't wash the car on Saturday. I get that. It's been raining a lot, didn't get to the yard the way you wanted to. This is nothing but neglect and nastiness. It is nothing but they learned how to be helpless. They learned how to be helpless, and they have a bond with each other. Every one of them. Because they are all helpless and they don't have one adult that can lead them out of the dark. The only one that could do it would be Gary Jr. And if his indecent exposure is truly from pissing outside, I would say that's not indecent. That's probably the cleanest person in the house. Because you've got 20 people using the damn plumbing. So they're going to find out someone in that house has a little bit of a problem, a substance abuse problem. All right, this came out yesterday, actually 9 hours ago.
16 children ranging in age from 1.5 to 18 were allegedly found living inside a 12 by 12-foot room inside a dilapidated, feces-covered house in Han.
Truth to Light said that home looks the same as the Wells to me. I'm going to go ahead and say that the Wells look OCD cleanliness compared to them. Okay? Big time. Big time. What the hell did they do all day? What did they do all day? We know they weren't sending the kids to school. We know that. All right, I dropped the link for anybody that wants to come up, so grab it.
In Ohio, much of the reporting has focused on the background of the young mother in this case, Elizabeth Siders. But of course, as we know, Elizabeth Siders isn't the only defendant. She wasn't the only adult who was living in that so-called house of horrors. No, her husband, Gary Siders Jr., his parents, Gary Siders Sr., Christina Siders, they all live there too. They've all been arrested. They're all facing criminal charges. But now, LA Magazine contributor Lauren Conlon has been doing a deep dive into this case to learn more about the rest of the family, how it was possible for such alleged atrocities to go on for so long, and what she found out could change this case. Welcome back, Lauren. Good to see you as always. First, I just got to start with Gary Siders Sr. There's going to be an evaluation about the insanity defense, about competency to stand trial, which, by the way, is different than insanity, just if he understands the case against.
Okay, if you have a second, take the poll. Do you think anything will happen with Gary Siders Sr.? It is reported, I'll go ahead and say rumored, because we never know, that he actually has dementia. He is full on demented. And I'm not saying that in a slang term. I am not picking on anyone that has that disease, but he does not comprehend. I think they're either going to declare him incompetent to stand trial, or he's going to wind up passing away.
And can participate in his own defense. What's going on there?
Yes, exactly, Jesse. As you said, these are two separate issues here, and a judge has ordered evaluations on both. So one, they are ordering a competency to stand trial evaluation because per Gary Siders Sr.'s attorney, when he was initially arrested and he was arraigned, he had no idea what was going on. He couldn't really identify the judge's role, not even his own lawyer's role. And so as a defendant, you really need to be capable to help with your own defense, and they're not sure that that's going to happen. Additionally, the NGI plea is being explored because he will be evaluated to see if he was possibly mentally incapacitated during the time that this alleged crime occurred.
Right.
However,
I don't know if the NGI is going to work with Gary Sr. because that means not guilty by reason of insanity. I think they're going to rule him incompetent to stand trial. Okay? That's what I think. But what do I know? I don't have a crystal ball. Let's bring up our friend September Angel. She was actually at the house over the weekend. And then we have another friend backstage that wants to come up and talk. So one by one, everybody gets a chance with the ball. Hey, September Angel. So, turn off your YouTube, please. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. She's got to turn off her YouTube. Okay. Let's bring up Jenica. Jenica, talk to me, girlfriend.
Good morning, Brooks.
How are you?
Good. How's little OJ doing?
He's not doing good. He's got a stomach issue, and I have to have someone come over and steam clean the rug. Oh, Pop Crime TV. That's Lauren Conlon. She said, saying hi. I was scrolling and saw my face. Ha.
Oh, wow.
I would love for you to come up. I have met her at CrimeCon, and we're friends on Facebook, and she is just a doll. What do you think about this case?
Well, number one, it's crazy. The old man I want to talk about with the dementia. Don't they have a place in jail for older men that are like on their way out and stuff? Don't prisons have that?
That I do not know. I mean, I know nothing about the county jail in Benton County.
Oh, okay. Because, some of the old timers in prison, they got to have a place to go, right?
Well, I mean, if he had been sentenced to prison, it'd be a totally different thing. But I mean, our Constitution says innocent till proven guilty. So the way the law looks at it, he is still innocent and he has not been convicted. If he had been convicted, they'd be taking care of him somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Think he, hopefully, I mean, they're not going to get the Alzheimer's or whatever he has out of him. Do you think,
Do you think they'll put him in a nursing facility or something?
I understand that he's being treated somewhere in Athens, Ohio.
Okay. Huh. It's going to be funny to find out the DNA results if the public gets a chance to hear about it.
I agree. I'm going to put backstage for a second. I'm going to bring up our friend Lauren.
All right,
and
I'm going to drop down. I just wanted to ask you that, okay?
Nope.
I'll go back and chat on it.
Okay. Absolutely love her. Well, you guys will not believe who is here. Oh, she left. Nope, she's here. I have been waiting forever and a day for us to get together.
I know. I was scrolling. I dropped my kids off at camp. I was scrolling and I'm like, oh, I just saw my face and it's my friend. So popping in to say hi. I love your coverage and thank you so much. I felt like I did not make sense on this news hit. It's very late at night, but girl, the more I read about this case and the more I research, and by the way,
I've submitted several records requests. I want to get 911 calls from that area dating back to like April. I wanted to give them like a decent window, but not a big enough window where they take forever to get back to me. But I found this picture of Gary Siders and Lynn Siders, Christina Siders from 2018, 2023 on Facebook. And, you know, there are reports that he had a stroke. Have you seen that picture?
Yes, because you can tell he looked very different several years ago.
Okay, I'm beginning to, and look, so I hate saying this because, you know, there are children involved and no child deserves to be living in an environment like that. But do you think there's a chance that literally Gary Siders is so mentally unwell post this stroke that he was almost childlike himself? And this, obviously, we don't know for a fact. We don't. I keep looking at these pictures, and I wrote a story yesterday, and I actually used the picture from Facebook as the header. But something is just not sitting right with me and his involvement in this, or you know, I don't know. Again, we don't know enough, but I'm trying to. It's just strange, right?
It's beyond strange because if you look at the pictures, you say, listen, this is not, you know, the day after Christmas.
Right.
Where you basically, your house is just trash. You haven't picked up the wrapping paper. You haven't, you know, put everything up. You know, you might even still have some deviled eggs up on the counter. You don't even know.
Right.
Because
No.
you're so tired. This was their day-to-day life. And the only timeline I can find, and please prove me wrong, is that this started sometime in 2020, but because they were not charged in Eggville Elementary in, I don't remember the name of the town. It starts with a G.
It's like Gullia County, I think it is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
6 of their children were not going to school anymore.
Right.
And
No,
so-
you're right.
And they shuffled right over to Vinton County, and the same thing kept happening. It was like same shit, different day.
I have a feel. Okay, and again, like I'm not going to report this way. I just want to differentiate my opinions from my reporting, I guess. I am just looking at Gary Siders Jr. I just feel like even like his photo, he just looked a lot different than everyone else. He, you know, like he just seemed to be with it. He seemed, again, I don't know the dynamics, but, and he just seemed to be the one pulling the strings here. I don't know. I just, that's what I'm thinking right now. I know I keep saying, I don't know. And I'm probably talking in circles, but I think it's just because, again, we're waiting on information. We don't have enough. And I'm just pulling everything I possibly can together, from official records to Facebook posts to, you know, all of this stuff. It's just, it's tragic all around.
From the outside looking in, he could be the only one culpable.
Yeah, the Elizabeth Siders thing gets me. I don't know what to make of her. I feel horrible for her. She clearly came from a background, allegedly, where it was okay to have your daughter get married at 15. I mean, so you feel terrible. And you know, if this is the only life she knows, then I can't really say much for that. But it just seems like, how could you've got 6 toddlers, right? You've got 6 under the age of 4. Those are the 3 sets of twins. Can you imagine like the diaper situation there? And I mean, my kids are older now, but like, I just remember you really had to change them multiple times a day. They pooped and peed a lot. And think of these kids, they probably never got changed. I mean, it probably was as much as she possibly could on her own. You know, it's just awful. All of it. I don't know. I don't know what to think of her.
And I'm not going to run with the rumors, but I have a feeling the rumors are going to wind up being true.
About the pregnant, or?
Oh, yeah, they already said she is pregnant. They've already confirmed that she's having
But who confirmed it? Because I cannot I've only found a Facebook post. Her lawyer hasn't said anything. And listen, I believe it. It's about that time. She gets pregnant like every year. So
Oh, yeah, she gets pregnant every year, and that's
Yeah.
the reason I'm like, yeah, okay. So when is she not pregnant? That would
Right.
be easier for the jury, as if
Right.
pregnancy is a crime. But you can see some of the stuff if you really scroll in to the garbage in the house. I mean, you can clearly see diapers. I mean, it is so dilapidated that the trash is becoming compost.
Oh, it's awful. I mean, look, it is interesting that her attorney is, besides Gary Sider Sr., is the only attorney that was trying to get her bond lowered, and I was like, okay, obviously he doesn't state that she's pregnant in the motion or anything, but I found that interesting. And also, I don't know if you remember when they were getting arraigned, Elizabeth Siders was the one that kind of went to say something to the judge, and the judge was like, "Oop, I want to remind you, like, this is, you do have a right to remain silent." I wonder what she was going to say. I wonder. But yeah. But anyway, thanks for letting me come on and yap. I got to get writing. I'm going to be writing about the gag order this morning. So
Now, what do you think the gag order is about? I think that they are shutting them down because Elizabeth's attorney loves talking to the media.
yeah, so it's actually about, I mean, the lawyers are included in this, but it's actually more about the county attorneys and law enforcement. The defense attorneys are saying it's they're prejudicing a potential jury pool by the phrasing that they've been using. And I posted this on Twitter last night. The phrasing that they have specific problems with, as any defense attorney would, is describing the case, quote, as pure evil, saying the children looked, quote, almost feral animals, stating the family's livestock was kept in better conditions, calling the home disgusting and filled with human feces, and then suggesting that if authorities had waited 24 hours, there was a possibility the children might have died. So they had a problem with all of those statements, and they just want to make sure that nobody in law enforcement or anyone in the DA's office are making statements like this. But I don't want to say it's a bummer, because I've been trying to get Elizabeth's attorney, Tommy Stolley, on and trying to get quotes from him. I've left messages like every day for him and Dorian Baum. I don't know if they're just talking to national media. They talk to Cuomo and then they're talking to local media, but I'm like, I just can't even get a statement out of that guy.
Well, I'm just going to give my speculation. I think the sudden gag order is because the DNA results are back and they know that attorneys have to share information and they don't want it to get out. And
Okay.
shame on these people that actually want to expose the children.
I know. It's awful. I mean, it's so awful. I hope the kids are okay. I hope that if there is some kind of alleged misunderstanding with any of the defendants, I hope that gets cleared up. But I'll be watching it, and I'll be popping by your channel again. I do have to run, but thank you so much for having me and sharing your platform and also sharing my reporting. It's really sweet and kind of you.
Anytime. I share you all the time, girlfriend. All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. See you later.
She is absolutely amazing. Now we're going to bring up a woman that was by the house this week, and she's going to tell us what it looked like. Hey, September Angel. Hey, September Angel.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So, me and my husband drove by there, and it's all boarded up. And the only access to it would be to the back of the house, I think. And a few windows are broken. And for anybody that says that they had no way of getting anywhere to get anything, well, the gas station had fresh produce and fresh fruit in it. And the Dollar General wasn't a small one. There was clothes, laundry soap, trash bags, toilet paper, anything that they need in that town is walking distance. So I don't think the mother was a victim.
Okay. And let me ask you this. I'm going to go ahead and assume that in Hamden, Ohio, there was a school that they could have been enrolled into.
I don't know because I didn't see a school, but there ain't a school far away. I mean, bus could probably pick them up. Because we passed the school coming back to our home.
Yeah. So obviously they could have gotten on the school bus and gone to school. Now,
Yes.
was there still crime scene tape up?
Yes.
Okay.
And I rolled my window down to see if I could smell anything. There was no scent of anything.
Okay. All right. Now, I know we have a lot of people not here, not on this channel, but I've just seen comments on different news posts, and they say, well, in that county, there's no Walmart, and you can't get fresh food, you can't get fresh produce. What did you say?
Well, in the gas station, there's fresh produce, fresh fruit, and the furthest Walmart away is like a county away, and that's only 32 minutes.
I am so not down with Walmart. Walmart and the DMV are one of the 7 layers of hell. I know some people love Walmart. I don't.
I try to avoid Walmart at all costs, but I've heard people saying, well, you have to go 3 counties away to have any major store. Okay. They're 32 minutes away from where they live. There is a Tractor Supply, another place called Rural King, which is like a Tractor Supply. There's a Menards, there's fast food joints everywhere. TJ Maxx, and it's only a county away, and it's 32 minutes.
But you said there's plenty of stuff right there in Hamden, and I know some around there sells trash bags.
Oh yeah, Dollar General does. Many sizes, many, gallons. Like you can get 33 gallons, you can get 11 gallons trash bags. There's no reason anyone in that town should live that way. Within walking distance, they can have everything they need.
They had a car. It was gifted to them by a second cousin, that was also helping them with the water bill. That's his story, not mine. So what is the disconnect here? Because it seems like something happened around 2020. You have some background noise.
I don't know what it is. A fan, maybe?
That's okay. Just want to make sure.
I don't understand it.
Fairy Godmother said, not true on the stores. There are Family Dollars everywhere. September Angel is correct. Thank you for that. There's too many people that are trying to say because they live in an impoverished area. Are you kidding me?
Well, there's people online talking like it's a town from back in 1950s. No, it's not. The town I live in is much smaller than the town they lived in.
And you've lived in Ohio your whole life.
Yes. And there's nothing wrong with Ohio. It is one of the most beautiful states. Mm-hmm. And just because there's a family in Ohio that lives that way doesn't mean everybody does. It's like any other town in the United States. There's just a lot of trees. And you can see lots of tall hills.
It's a beautiful state, in my opinion.
It's the heart of It's the heart of it all. It's Ohio.
A-Dog Mom wants to know how they pay rent. I'm going to assume
In a drop box. They put it in a drop box, probably at the post office. And the post office ain't that far away. It might be like the street away from them.
All right. So what else did you notice? Was there a lot of police cars out there? Anything going
No,
around the house? Okay.
no. There was a lot of people in their yards, like cleaning their RVs, just, what normal people do, mowing their yards in the town. There's a pizza place in the town too. A little
Well,
pizza joint.
the question is, and there's a lot going on with this, people are saying that they received no government benefits. What the hell? Did they hit the lottery? How can they afford all these hospital bills? Because obviously she has had many children.
I've seen online that on Facebook and whatnot where the two elderly people, they were living off their income. I don't believe that for a minute.
No, I don't either.
And there are a lot of food banks now, and there are in a lot of counties, there's a place called like Community Actions, and they will help you with utility bills, your food assistance. They'll even help you sign up to get an apartment, like fill out an application for an apartment. And they've got assistance to help you with like emergency housing.
Gail Thornberry said they had a midwife. That's more expensive than going to the hospital because a midwife has to carry her own insurance. No one's just going to come to your house and deliver your baby.
Nope.
She has been to the hospital. They have found 15 birth certificates. I don't know where the rest are, and they're waiting on the DNA results.
I'm going to jump down for now, okay?
Okay, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Talk to you later, girlfriend.
Okay. Bye.
There is no way they were not taking state benefits. No way. You had 20 people in the house. And this trial will be insane.
It does seem like, from what we know so far, this neglect or alleged neglect was ongoing. So we'll see what happens with that. But I mean,
Right.
Jesse, it does seem like, yeah, he might have some diminished capacity here.
And that's interesting for insanity. Usually it's about one isolated incident. If you talk about a prolonged period of time, you have to show that he was insane throughout that whole period. Let me ask you this, because the way this all started, right? Early reports suggested that the first search, how this was all discovered by police, right, stemmed from a warrant for Gary Siders Jr.'s public indecency case. But I understand you learned that might not be accurate.
Yes, I thought it was from these charges as well. There's about 4 separate charges for public indecency in May of 2026. But his lawyers kind of spoke out and said, look, I don't think this is the case. I would be very surprised if this was the case, that, these investigators showed up at the house
Well, a judge signed a warrant about indecent exposure. 4 counts. If this had something to do with people calling in things about the kids, that would be a different story. They were there to arrest him for indecent exposure. And what they got was what they found on the inside.
kind of guns blazing, if you will, for a public indecency charge or two. So we don't know at this moment why they were at the house, but hopefully we will find out soon.
But just to be clear, they're not saying, oh my gosh, police didn't have the proper warrant, that the search of the property wasn't lawful. They're just saying if they went in, they probably knew something else.
Correct.
Okay.
It seems like at this point, it was about something else. We just don't know what that is. Local station WBNS 10 spoke with employees at a Dollar General who recognized the family. We've all been wondering, did anybody notice anything about them? So what did these people know in the store? Yes, this is really interesting. I've seen several interviews with locals and yes, including a Dollar General employee who stated that members of the Siders family, namely Elizabeth Siders and Gary Jr., would come into the store at night is when they saw them. And there was a pretty terrible odor to the point that this employee said she kind of had to Lysol when they would come into the store, and when they would leave the store, they would generally buy diapers and chips. Sometimes they wouldn't have enough money to pay. Again, their hygiene was very, very poor, but she said this wasn't uncommon because this area is just so impoverished. And Jesse, I've been researching the Vinton County, Ohio area. I mean, the median salary here is $55,000. And you know, it's very, very small. I think this is actually the smallest county in Ohio. Additionally, only 13% of people there are college graduates. And I wonder if that's going to be a defense. What else did you expect us to do? It's not like we were neglecting the children. This is the best we could do given the circumstances.
Poverty is not a defense. I get what Jesse Weber is saying, but because you chose to move from a different county to another county, and that county is poorer, none of these people had a job. Poverty is not an excuse, especially when Uncle Sam is paying the ticket. That's it. Let's say they had freaking steel mills everywhere. Were they all going to go out and get a job? No, because you got the old man with what I understand is to be dementia sitting in a corner. His wife is basically his caretaker, making sure he's okay. You have 16 kids all over the place, and don't even tell me they were just all shut in that room all day, every day. Impossible. And then you've got Elizabeth, who's been pregnant for 18 years, going on 19. What is going on? The man is the leader of the household. Whether you like it or not, that is the truth. I'm sorry. If you're married, you have a husband, we know how we file taxes. Why did Gary Jr. not step up and provide for his family? Why did he not? Him going out and door dashing, super cool, great. He's working. Where did the money go? How come all of the kids were found, I'm going to say most of the kids, were found malnourished except for the 4 adults? It makes no sense. All right, now let's get to Joey. We're going to continue his conversation, him talking about the family dynamics.
Families in Ohio that aren't related to each other at all.
Yeah, Kayla has nothing to do with it, and she's getting attacked. I went on her Facebook Live the other day, and they were attacking her, and she was in there crying and stuff, and I'm like, oh my God. And she's like, I'm not, Joey, I'm not even, I said, I know you're not. She was my sister's best friend. Kayla was my sister's best friend.
It's just very coincidental that they have the same last name, but it's a very common last name in that area.
Russell, Whites, Markhams. Yeah, it's real big down there.
Okay, remember those names. The Russells, the Whites, and the Markhams. These are families that basically free range their kids and say it's a-okay for them to get married at 15, 16, and be out of their hair. Remember, Elizabeth was 4 trailers down from the Siders family. Hold on. I'm out said I'm head of the household in our family, and I'm sure you make sure that there is dinner on the table, lunch in the belly, breakfast in the belly, and that you're not composting in every room in the house. Exactly.
Yeah. I just wanted everybody to know that sis was abused when she was a kid.
And people really tried to stop this live from happening. We were told that we were going to get doxxed. We were told that people were going to attack everybody that came into our boxes. And every single person, I mean, Ivory, you seem like an amazing person. I'm actually going to follow you because you just seem amazing. But everybody else in these boxes are very good, close personal friends. And these people are amazing souls. They have amazing hearts on them. They would not do anything to hurt a single person and would give their shirt off their back to anybody that needed it. So I ask that everybody, please do not be rude or mean or stalk or harass any of these people because they are truly amazing people.
Yeah, all of that is absolutely unnecessary, guys. I mean, everyone's out here concerned about the children, concerned about Elizabeth. People are going to question everybody that they find. People are going to have questions, but all of that attacking people, and it's just ridiculous. I mean, grow up, get out of true crime if you can't handle it. But come on.
Yeah, I know. It all started over him running his mouth about my sister. You can only say so much before I'm like, okay, that's enough. And I went in there. I was going to talk to him, but he got lippy and he was not professional at all. I got to record it. He's not professional at all. And then she's attacked me because I attacked him. So this is all like buddy stuff going on, and it's ridiculous, but I don't care.
Yeah, you know what? I don't understand that. Listen, I can't validate anything you say, Joey, or any of you on the panel, right? But when you're asking questions, you know what I mean? It's like you're asking questions and take the answers, whether they're true or not true.
If I was her, I would just let him talk. And if I hear one more person say, I'll give you the shirt off my back, STFU. The people that say it are the people that are in cases that have something to do with abused children. I don't want your motherfucking shirt. How about that? I don't need your shirt. I don't want your shirt. But they say it every time it involves children. I've heard it so many times. Stacy Wandra, well, I'll give you the shirt off my back. Don't want your shirt. I get it's a metaphor, but I got you. I got you. I understand. I'm going to go ahead and say that Joey probably needs his shirt way more than I do. I actually have a closet full of clothes. Okay. V. Oakley said, I only gave the shirt off my back. Son's dog that had got cut really bad and was bleeding. Ooh, that's sad. Yeah, I don't want the shirt off your back. They love using that statement. I also like the one where they say, actually, it horrifies me. I would swear on my mom's grave. I would swear on my papa's grave. This one really gets me. I'll swear on my child's grave right now. Oh, what a horrible thing to do. Hey, you do you. It's not going to make me believe you.
Can I ask a question? And I know that it was brought up earlier, but I just wanted to see if we could get any confirmation on it. So you said that you had heard that the condition of the house really just got like that in the past couple of years.
We were told that it happened. We just received a message from a fake account today that said that they personally knew them and that within the past couple of months. And I mean, it is possible with 20 people living in a small home that it could happen, but I don't know if it's true or not. It could just honestly be some sick person just trying to get in to the DMs, and like it could just be somebody completely insane. So I want to verify. I told them I want some form of proof that they've actually been around these people. And
yeah, I want some confirmation on that also.
Yeah, I won't believe it until I actually see it, because she said that everything was perfectly normal with the family and that they were fine. And that once Lynn's health declined and she couldn't keep up with the house anymore, that Gary Jr. completely took over everything and that everything just rapidly declined.
Exactly what Lauren and I were talking about when she was on earlier. This woman is talking to Joey Russell, who will give you the shirt off his back. Whopper Jr., once he took everything over, it all rapidly declined. Put a number in chat how many children you've had. I will start, okay? I've had 3. I had my 3 sons within 30 months. And it was not easy carrying a child. It was not easy giving birth. It was not easy healing. This chick, Elizabeth, has been pregnant for 18 years. Tell me how this is possible. That she can keep up with 16 children. And let's face it, babies need a lot of attention. And I mean a lot. A lot. Diapers, bottles, the whole 9 yards. They need it all. Changing their clothes. They spit up. Colic, burping. They learn to sit up. I want to know, my granddaughter is sitting up on her own and she's about to start crawling. How would she crawl in a house like that? Not like it would ever be allowed. How could you formulate your skills in trash? How could you? How could you? None of these children, and I'm not saying because there's so many, I'm saying because of who they came from, are way behind the curve. Could you imagine My granddaughter, I mean, she would do anything right now. She sits up, she wobbles around, and then she gets on her belly. She looks like a little worm. And then she tries to get her arms up. She tries to put her knees behind her. She's doing everything she can to get going. Could you imagine having a baby crawl in trash and shit? No. Yet they're all victims because they're impoverished. Miss me with that.
So another thing, they're saying that the Dollar General store person said that was years. Well, the thing is this, if someone is coming in every single night, only by.
Okay, Walking Dead said diapers, food, bottles, wipes, clothes, pacifiers. How did they afford all that? Great question, because Gary Sr. and his wife were each on Social Security. Either they were getting donations, but you're not going to convince me that there was zero government help. Forget it. No way. No way. No way. Because if he's getting, let's say he's getting $2,000 a month and she's getting $2,000 a month, $4,000 a month is not going to support 20 people. No way, no how. And I'm using simple math. And remember, you don't have to remember. My granddaughter wants to put everything in her mouth. She's obsessed. How are these kids walking around in all this trash? Ilyanka said, okay, this is Ohio. Free stuff for all of the stuff is available. That's what September Angel said. And by the way, that's a good thing, to make sure families have what they need. That's fine. Leslie said, I just can't. I can't either. All right, I'm dropping a link if anybody wants to come up.
On those 3 items every single night. Why didn't they say something? Instead of getting on TikTok years later and saying, oh, well, they were only buying this. Well, why didn't you ever question that?
I think they need to release the footage, like the camera footage from Dollar General, because when situations like this happen, people want to get their 5 minutes of fame. So I feel like they need to release some kind of footage of at least Elizabeth and Gary Jr. in that store and purchasing these things. We don't know if this is true. This is just somebody that worked in a store saying that this is what happened. And I'm not calling her a liar. We just don't know.
I'd like to see too, like her demeanor, because.
Oh, I promise they are getting all the CCTV. It is just not for YouTube. It is not for TikTok. It's not for anyone in here. Not to hurt your feelings. It's just not.
In the arraignment, that was my immediate thing with her. Her demeanor, she comes off to me as somebody who's been.
Okay, hold on. We got someone knocking at the door. Who is knocking at the door? Well, hello, Nicey Marie. How are you?
Hello, Brooks. I want to say about the guy with the dementia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not easy taking care of a dementia patient.
Mm-hmm.
And we both worked at, my husband and I both worked at a retail for years. And I had to retire early to take care of my husband with dementia.
Mm.
And I can tell you, it's not an easy task trying to keep him home out of assisted living. And it's not cheap for assisted living. And if our income total together when we retired, he gets close to $2,000, I get 1,900. And if you take that out, we still have to pay local estate taxes out of our union pensions when we file taxes. But I'm saying, as me as a wife taking care of my husband, trying to keep him home as long as I can, it's not an easy task. My husband had too many strokes, and before it got worse, we went and got a power of attorney for me to be his sole caregiver. And I'm saying maybe the wife is overwhelmed with all them kids and trying to take a dementia patient in.
Yeah.
Their mental health can go down, because I got depressed here lately because things are getting worse. Trying to keep him home as long as possible. We don't have the resources to put him in the home now because the cost of living went up. And I understand about the kids. Now, my grandma, this is back in the day, but there is things they can do to help the family out if they had guidance. Has anybody known the guidance of how to live? You know what I'm saying? Like, help out around the house instead of just laying around, Have they been taught that?
I'm going to say obviously not. Do you think there might be some elder abuse going on here?
I think the guy with the dementia, his mind is in a kid state. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's worse taking care of a kid state adult than trying to take care of 16 kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well, whose fault is that?
Well, I say it's the son. He should be more controlling with down yonder. You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah, act like it's raining every day and wear your rubbers. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I will say Gary Sr. didn't always have dementia.
No.
He's known about this situation for a very long time.
Yeah, but
this didn't happen overnight.
Yeah, they could have done, like, if they didn't have no guidance going up. That's what I'm thinking. But dementia is not a dementia is hard for the loved ones too. It's just not an easy task to take care of. The house cleaning and all that. Some days you just get up and you get depressed because you're trying to take care of the whole thing now. The lawn, the outside, the inside, and then you get help from family, But I don't think they were grown up to know the task of helping around the house is what I'm looking at,
It seems to me that Gary Sr. was kind of the one that took charge of the home. But when he started failing in health, everything went down. And that's when his son took over, and it just went to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, and I don't think he was up to the task to do that, because I don't think he was raised to, in my opinion, to be an adult in a way. You know what I'm saying?
No. No, I thought it was very strange. I didn't have this when I was growing up. We live in Glenpool, Oklahoma, and there's a lot of kids around here. And once a month, they get hygiene products, whether they need them or not.
Yeah.
So why didn't they have their kids go to school?
Maybe trying to hide family secrets, in my opinion. I don't know. There could be a lot to the story, or they just didn't care about the kids. That's just my opinion. I might be wrong, but sounds like they're more interested just being at home and not taking life responsibilities in some way, in my opinion. That's just what I thought. But I was just wanting to let you know about my hubby and the dementia when he got that. It's not an easy task. And it's just like taking care of your child as well. And you can get overwhelmed at sometimes uh, trying to do daily things for yourself, you know. And
It sounds like your plate is full, girlfriend, and I am just, but you know what? Unlike these people, you have not given up on yourself or him.
that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't give up on your loved ones if, even though you had to retire early to take him, keep him out of home, and that you know he's not that bad to go into a home. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
It's just like they don't care enough for the family to strive in something. You know, we got up and worked every day. We worked all the holidays. When we worked at the grocery retail, we sacrificed a lot to make a living. And so we have retirement at the end when we have, and when life come with him. My husband had too many strokes. I had to make a decision to retire early to take care of him because all his family's all in different states. And I took it on the road of being his nurse, his wife, and housekeeper, and everything else. You know, it takes a team to take care of a house. You know, and when he didn't have dementia, he would help around the house while I worked when he was retired, before I retired.
But
And
you have common sense. You have
Yeah.
your wits about you.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
they don't
didn't
have
have
any,
they
or
didn't have
they,
guidelines.
or they have a case of I don't give a shit. I mean, they've got babies trying to learn to walk in that trash.
That's what I'm saying. You take strive in your family and try to teach them how the world works. You know what I'm saying? And when you're grown, I grown up. We worked on the farm. We cleaned house. We done the chores. We done odd jobs to make spending money, so we have gas money to do things we want to do on a fun weekend. And Dad worked 2 jobs to take care of our family of 7, and plus worked on the farm. That's what responsibility is.
They
And
don't.
I'm just saying, yeah.
They don't care.
That's what I'm saying. They don't. It's just like they.
And I think once the old man started going downhill, they're like, okay, now we can do whatever we want. I mean, he might have been a stern dude at one time saying, no, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. And then once he started going downhill, it went willy-nilly, but we will find out.
Yeah. I know it's a sad situation, but I hope them kids get help they need. And I'm going to get off here, but I want to say that, you know, sometimes what you put in life is what you're going to get out of life, you know. And you learn it from when you're raised. I was raised. We were raised to help one another, you know, and help your neighbors and so forth. And that's what a great family is teaching, is to be there for your neighbor, be there for your family, you know, poor, rich, or not, you know. And it just seems like the family just gave up, you know, like it's nothing.
You know, it's so common. It's learned helplessness. Like, well, we just can't do any better now. Now Dad's sick. So what are we going to do? I mean, some people are like that. I don't understand it. I don't agree with it. I think it's crazy. But thank you for coming up, and I absolutely adore you. You have been around for a long time, and you are such a wonderful friend.
Okay, thank you.
And in a situation where she's been manipulated and held, like, and I pointed out the bruise on her arms, Joey, because I had seen that like almost immediately. I saw it and I was like, that's odd. Like, That's looks like to me like a restraint type of a thing. And she was just so broken.
Yeah, she was. Sorry.
Yeah, it just no, you're good. Yeah, I would like to see the video. Just if they were in there, like, you know, was he keeping her from talking to people? Was he standing? You know, did she have to walk behind him? Was she super quiet and meek? Like,
no, that woman has said that. The woman did say that Elizabeth never spoke, and she always looked nervous and anxious. And so did the people from the food bank. They also said she always looked very anxious and nervous.
She was like that when she would come around mom and dad too.
And a lot of times too, you know, a lot of people are like, well, if they went out in public, why didn't she say something? Well, because she knows if she said something, when she got back, even if they didn't make any reaction or you know, do something right then, if she had done something, you know, passed a note or a signal or something, and they come to the house later and start questioning the situation, the parents, if they had, which I'm sure they probably had some control in this situation, you know, Gary Jr., they're well versed in how to manipulate situations. So she would be thinking.
All right, I'm going to bring up another guest. September Angel, let me pick your brain.
Okay.
Who do you think the master manipulator is here?
Gary Jr.
Okay.
So, and I don't think Elizabeth is a victim at all. So when she was 13, she kept running away from home, back and forth. Her home was like 4 trailers away from theirs. And she'd come back home and then run away again. It's like she didn't want to listen to her parents. And there are teenagers like that think they know everything. And I think that's the kind of teenager she was, her and Gary both. And she ended up pregnant. And her parents had said that they weren't going to sign over the emancipation. So then she let them know she was pregnant, went over to West Virginia, and they were kind of forced to sign over emancipation because she was with the guy that got her pregnant.
Is it true that she had a baby at 13 and a family member's raising it? Have you found anything on that?
No, that's not true. That's false. The first child was the 18-year-old. That one, Tyler, belongs to Joey.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I think she was just thought she knew everything. He thought they thought they could take on the world, but didn't realize what comes along with raising children, and then kept having them because she herself said, we wanted a big family. And I think that they moved in on his parents, and for a while they could help, but after a while they got to the point where they were like, this is my opinion anyways. This is too much. You know, I'm not.
I just can't see how Gary Jr. could be smart enough to be in charge of anything.
Because I think he was like maybe their only son. Because they got daughters too.
I know.
And maybe he was like the spoiled one or whatever. And when they got to a certain age, you know, I think that Gary and his wife just moved in on him because they lived on Main Street there in Hamden, the older couple. And Gary and Elizabeth and the kids moved in with them. Well, they ended up leaving the house, the 2 older ones, the grandparents. And Gary and Elizabeth stayed in the house with the kids and just squatting. They weren't paying rent or anything, and they were forced to leave, and then they went to the house that you see now and moved in on them. And I'm thinking the grandparents got to a point where they were like, you're just having too many kids, and we can't help. You know, so They moved into that house that you see on the news and whatnot. And by that point, I think he had a couple strokes. And that's why his eye looks the way it does.
Oh, I think he is stroked out. And I believe what they're saying, that he needed to go to the hospital, and they bonded him out on his own recognizance.
Yeah. Yeah. And
there's no way the county, that would bankrupt that county.
right. And I think that the grandmother went ahead and let them move in with her. And maybe Elizabeth said, you know, I'll help if you'll let us move in and whatever. And then they just didn't. And then the grandmother maybe is, you know, going down health wise, of course, because of the conditions of the house. But from what I gather and what I've read, they were clean people, the older ones, the grandparents. This is just my opinion, of course. I don't know.
Let's talk about that, because that's widely reported that they were absolutely fine until they let Gary Jr., Elizabeth, and all the kids around.
Yeah. But then there's they've been with them the whole time when they were moving around, I guess. Maybe not. I don't know. See, I don't know the whole story, but that's just kind of maybe what I have gathered in my thoughts.
Well, Gary Sr. is not going anywhere. Okay. He doesn't even know what day it is. You ask
Right.
who the president is, he's going to say Franklin Delano Roosevelt Jr. or whatever. He'll just come up with some crazy ass name. He doesn't
Right.
even know what year it is. Okay. And
Right.
you don't have to worry about insurance. The state of Ohio is going to make sure that he is okay, but they're not going to get him well enough to stand trial.
No. Probably not.
These
But
are, I mean, I would have had those kids up every day, one after another, taking a shower, jump in, jump out, put your clothes on, get on the school bus. And then, I mean, I wouldn't even know how you would manage a house that big.
now the reason I say Gary Jr. might have been in charge, after the grandparents were sick, why didn't he let his sisters help? Why wasn't his sisters allowed in that house? The one sister went and visited them and they were out on the porch.
Because they were embarrassed.
Right.
So with all that ammonia going on, it also caused a lot of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Right.
As
But
said.
who's to say the sisters wouldn't have helped? See, that's why I think that
And they wouldn't let the sisters in because he didn't want them to see what he had done to his parents and his own family. And there was so much ammonia in the house, it was peeling the paint off the walls, and it was also adding to carbon monoxide. And
Right.
that's just nothing but disgusting.
Right. But had he let the sisters in and whatnot, they might have helped get the parents like help. You know what I mean? But I think that Gary and her were in charge and living off their Social Security or whatever they might have been getting. That's why they wouldn't let the sisters help.
Well,
Because they might have put them in like nursing homes or something.
well,
And they
I
would
mean,
have lost their income.
there you go. That's why I'm thinking there's elder abuse going on too. But I'm telling you right now, Lynn and Gary Sr. obviously knew there was a problem before.
Yeah,
And
I
if
believe they did.
they cared so much, they've been like, no, I want to see my parents.
Yep.
Not dealing with you, Gary Jr.
Yeah. And this is just my opinion. I don't know.
No, I know, but I mean, put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah.
If
No
you
one
went,
would tell me I couldn't see my mother or my father.
yeah, exactly. If you went to see your mother and you were told by a sibling no. And, you're like, but why? I mean, I'm part of the fruit of the loins. What is going on? I mean, if you're telling me that dad's out playing golf and mom's having lunch with friends, I'll come back. But I mean, on top of that, the fuck are you doing living here?
What I would do, me being me, I'd push past him and be like, what are you trying to hide? What are you doing to my parents?
Yep.
But I don't think Elizabeth is a victim at all. And that's just my opinion. So I'll drop down.
No. No, don't drop down. It's so complex because this family has put the D in dysfunction.
Yep.
Let's get back to Joey.
Thinking, okay, I am not, if I try to get help, they're going to come out, they're going to question, they're going to spin the story to fit their narrative, and then I'm going to get in even deeper trouble because I was the reason that they got called out there. So that's why a lot.
Debbie said, think about pregnant nonstop. How rude. Do you think you want to have sex after having a baby? Gary Jr. is the problem. Mental health patient untreated in a household can destroy an entire family. I agree with this 100%. But what I want to see, did Elizabeth have all of these children? I also want to know why there's more charges on her than the other three. That has not been explained. She has 17 charges and the rest have 16. But hey, she's raking it in. She seems to be okay in jail.
A lot of people when, like, well, she was out in public. Why didn't she say anything? Like that gets asked about victims all the time. And that's why, because they're going to get in trouble worse if the person that's abusing them thinks that they're the reason that they got called out. And the amount of police and stuff that will listen to a DV victim half the time is another issue.
Very much so.
A good time.
Babe, there's a lot of people. I'm sorry, everybody in the comments. I was trying to let her finish talking. There's a lot of people in the comments that would like you to say some good memories you have of Elizabeth so you can try and humanize her a little bit for the world.
Oh, yeah. We used to go on the road.
Joey already explained when he broke his son's arm, he was not charged with hurting a child for that because it was an accident. He went to lift his baby out. He was a first-time dad. He has big, strong hands. He went to lift his baby out of the car seat, and he accidentally broke his baby's arm. It was a complete accident. And he called the police on himself.
I did.
Joey is not out here just abusing kids and hurting women and kids. He's not.
Now, I could see a child's arm getting dislocated, but not broke, because babies' arms are basically like rubber. I mean, their bones are like rubber.
Not the monster that the internet is trying to paint him out to be. All of this happened. The reason Joey is getting outed as much as he is because when everything first happened, emotions were really high.
I don't care about other people's emotions. I really don't, except for all of you. There's 233 people in here who has hit the like, who plans to hype, who's in the bushes, who wants to subscribe, because we have a lot of stuff going on and we are live every day. I look at all your comments. I respond to every one of your comments, good or bad.
Hello, Moto.
Oh my gosh, that's the Hilton again. I'm trying to redeem some rewards. Ugh, they keep bothering me. It's always some AI person talking to me. You don't pull a baby out of their arm out of the car seat by their arm. Stop it now. Stop it now.
He just found out about his sister. He just found out about his nieces and nephews. He was a wreck, and he's scrolling the FYP, and he found a podcast where there was a man screaming about him and yelling about his family and talking about how his whole family are scumbags. So yeah, he got really mad, and he went in there and he yelled at the guy. Well, then him and his little friend
Minion.
that always they go live together constantly. They both turned this into the Joey Lynch mob. They talk more about Joey than they do the case.
It's all right. I got lawyers involved, and they did mess up because they were putting out information.
We are definitely going after defamation and slander
Oh, for
cases.
sure.
I've even been in contact with
Oh, stop that nonsense. You're not going to get slander and defamation over people talking about what you said. That is insane. I am so sick of this Sue Happy crowd. My goodness, if you're embarrassed, say nothing. You think I'm going to talk about in 2005 when I was at Christmas party and my heel got caught in my dress and I fell down in front of everybody? Nope. And if I did and people made fun of me, I certainly wouldn't sue them for slander and defamation. But your dirty laundry's out, Joey, and all you had to do was nothing. That's all you had to do was nothing. Nothing, as in say not a word. You could be going to the jail to visit your sister and see if she needs anything and talk to her, but you chose a different route. You decided to go on TikTok. You love the TikTok. You're trying to make yourself a star out there.
Canada because of it.
Oh yeah, they're in trouble. Oh yeah, lawyer done seen half of what they did and what they were posting, and they wasn't allowed to do it because some of that is not public record. It's coming from people's mouths and they're running with it. So the lawyer said it was definitely defamation. Definitely. Their little lawyers can say it ain't. I don't care. That's what they're going to
Joey
do.
is the one right here that's live. Jeremy is his little brother.
Hi, that's me. Hi.
I mean, there's so many lies that are being made up. It's unbelievable.
I guarantee
It's
you.
crazy the things people say. People were saying that we were giving our daughter rugs on live. Everybody in these boxes, except for the bottom two, were in that live. But there were other true crime podcasters in the boxes with us. Nobody was giving my daughter rugs. Anybody in our household right now will be more than happy to submit to a hair follicle test.
But anyway.
Who is this woman? And why does she know so much? And why is she saying we? And if there were rugs in the house, then we will submit hair follicle tests. And he said, but anyway, I don't know her. I have no idea. I'm just kind of curious.
Someone want to get that Mary MM48, please.
Yeah. But as far as anybody going to see Elizabeth during her court, I don't believe anybody's going to show up because everybody's too scared right now. My family is hiding like little people with their heads between their legs. Like, if I could go see
It is not true that the oldest daughter cannot read or write. We have seen multiple social media accounts where you could tell by the things that she was posting. If it was her father or somebody posting, they wouldn't have been posting about how she's uncomfortable with her father or how she feels. They wouldn't have been posting about depression. If you actually see those social media accounts, it broke our hearts. Me and him both. Him as a grown man sat here and cried looking at them posts because of how bad she was depressed and how much she was reaching out for help. If we knew those accounts.
So grown adults saw the depression. Grown adults were crying and did nothing for the children. I don't understand that. I understand why Joey Russell's family is hiding. I got that part. But if you're sitting there and you're looking at the TikTok and you're going, oh, we sat and cried, then why didn't you, try to do something? I don't know. Or reach out to a family member and say, get me in touch with this family member. Don't know where they're at. But this is like a plea of insanity, is what it is. It really is. It's crazy. And everyone's a victim. A perpetual victim, except for the adults.
She had one more kid. And that was years ago. And maybe that's why she quit taking them to the hospital and having them.
So it's
I don't know.
Joey's ex-wife. We have her blocked, so she's watching from a backup. Joey's ex-wife, the one we were talking about that stalks every bit of his existence, that is the one that's live talking about us.
Oh, as soon as you said Tinkerbell, I knew.
Jennifer, you should get yourself a life and leave us alone already. Like pretending to call calling the prison and pretending to be me just so you could talk to Joey, that was a little unhinged.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and assume she's his boo. And I'm going to go ahead and assume he was in prison and that he's got an ex that she might or might not be a little jealous of. And they're all lumping this in with horrible devastation that has happened to his nieces and nephews. My goodness. V. Oakley said, oh, she's his wife. For once, can some of these people not change the subject? They make everything about themselves instead of the subject matter at hand, which is how his family members have been treated. But now we're on to exes and things like that. Put a 1 in chat if you care about your ex or your significant other's ex. I promise you don't. Or put a 2 and say, oh no, I stalk them all the time. I want to know exactly what they're doing. Matter of fact, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I just wonder what old boy or old girl are doing. I just need to find out. What happened to that dude that took me to the prom when I was in 9th grade? What is he doing? Oh my gosh. No. Mature people don't do that.
Saying that his father was sick in the hospital.
Now that I think about it, that would be a really good show for me to look up some of my exes. Just for you guys. We'll do a members.
Hospital just to get the chaplain and the guards to go get him. That was pretty unhinged. There's a no contact order. Just leave him alone. Leave me alone. He wants nothing to do with you. Just leave him alone.
You know what? Quit making that about her. I'm here for the kids. Quit
I
making
just
about
had to
it.
address it because people in the comments are coming and letting
No,
us.
because that's what she wants. That's what she wants. Quit acknowledging her. I can't say nothing. I'll go to jail.
As long as you don't speak to her, you will not. Because
Why would Joey go to jail if he speaks about his ex? And why is his current boo thing continuing to bring her up and worrying about the comments? He's like, I'm just here for the kids. I'm just here for the kids. Okay. So you can't speak about her. Ooh. Ooh. I would like to know what kids. I'll go to jail for 5 years, he said. Sounds like something went down, and it has to do, it's a little bit more than a restraining order. That's all I can figure out. But I am not going to spend too much time on Joey and his nonsense.
Not saying nothing. I'm not. I just want. I want her recognition out of there. I don't care about her.
yes, her lawyer did confirm, from what I've seen, her lawyer did confirm that they were born in the hospital. But if Children's Services were really looking for her, we were told that they were looking for her in North Carolina and South Carolina because the children were not enrolled in school.
What I want to know is where's the other kids? There's 20 some kids. Where's the other ones? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. There ain't just 17 or 18 kids. There's not. I'm a little slow, but I'm not that slow. I remember exactly what my mom says. Your sister's at 21 or 22 kids. 100% said that. And I don't see my mom lying to me about that. Like, I don't.
I don't see why she'd have any reason to lie about that. But we don't know. We just know what we've been told.
I heard they're doing another investigation, digging around the yards and stuff. I ain't for sure, but I did hear that. Maybe that's where the future charges are going to come, besides probably SA and all that stuff.
I don't see them doing that and then burying the other two like they did with the twins. Like the twins have a murder in place.
Has that been proven that that's their actual grave?
Yes. Even the girls have on their social media, rest in peace to their sisters.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't know if that was real or not. Everybody kept saying it was fake. I don't know.
That was the couple videos you didn't watch yet. But yeah, the girls posted about it too.
Okay, I'm getting it now. This woman, D, on TikTok, is with Joey, who was in prison, and his ex was calling the prison all the time, acting like she was his new side piece. This is absolutely amazing. I don't hear either of them really talking too much about what happened to his sister's children, except that, oh, we were always best friends. We did everything together, all that stuff. That's nuts. That's fine. But this chick from TikTok has become the Ziggy of TikTok. I mean, she is trying to fill in the gaps for him to make content. Just let him talk. It's not about you two. It's about what has happened to the 16 kids. I can't paint Gary, Christine, Gary Jr., or Elizabeth a victim until they drop charges. I just can't. I can't.
Yeah, especially with that many children. I mean, she could have been brainwashed into thinking if you leave with the kids, you'll get them taken away and you'll never ever see them
You'll
again.
never, exactly. You'll never see them again. Go ahead, leave, take them. They'll take them away from you too. You know, all this narcissistic bullshit that is said, you know, and it's brainwashing. And I don't think that everybody understands that. And so like, I am with the attorneys. I think that we need to just watch and see how this plays out, but on the other hand, we can't listen to, it shows that we can't really listen to the authorities or official reports either, because they said that Chloe couldn't speak or write her name. Obviously she can do that. We've seen that on social media, you know. They said
See right there where uncle could be Uncle Daddy, should have said, do not use the kids' names. That made me very upset. Don't use their names. MJ said, the voice of TikTok, love it.
first they said nobody ever saw the kids, but then all of a sudden they were at Dollar General, they were at yard sales, you know, things like that. One of them has a video being on the front porch of with the cat, you know. It's just so much conflicting information, and it seems like the authority, and I don't know why they would, it's bad as it is. I don't know why they would try to make it worse.
See, and that's what I don't understand either. Like, even part of me was like, could it just be because it's such the whole community, like, it's very low income there. I'm wondering if maybe this is just their way to like make money and get the attention.
Low income area, fine, so be it. But like Linda Glover said, stop this. Anyone can take the trash to the road for pickup. You're at the Dollar General all the time. Pick up some trash bags. They were donating hygiene products to you. Just say, any chance we can get some trash bags, and clean that mess up. Clean it up. I'm telling you, once Gary Jr. became the patriarch of the household, it all went to shit. Every bit of it.
On their county, like, I don't know. I have no idea why they're doing this. Because why say all of that?
Right. Like, I don't know. I only thought like maybe they want to make sure that, you know, somebody is held accountable, but like I sure hope somebody's going to be held accountable with just the truth. You know, there's no need to make it any worse than it is.
Eileen, I don't think it is speak to text, because if you actually go and you read the messages back and forth, speak to text doesn't add a whole bunch of extra letters and stuff. Like, there was one message where she said, I love you, and she put a whole bunch of V's in it and a whole bunch of U's in it.
I know. And as soon as I got that recording last night, I went to Renee, I went to Phoenix, I went to Felicity, I went to everybody with it. As soon as I get something, I come to you guys. As soon as I get something.
As soon as they showed her in the courtroom, you could tell that she was traumatized.
The immaturity is about to blow my lid. Once I got that recording, I went to Renee, I went to this one, I went to this one, I went to that one. Okay. On TikTok? Do you want to help your nieces and nephews or not? This is insane.
You could tell that she was confused and scared, that she didn't know when to speak at the right times. She didn't, I mean, For people saying that she's not a victim, they should probably hold their judgment.
Exactly. Just let the system do its job, and let's hope that they get the correct evaluations. And that's not something where they can just go talk to her for 30 minutes and make that determination. That's going to take time. It's going to take a long time to make that determination.
Yes,
You have to talk to her multiple different times, and they have their ways of doing things. That's honestly, they need somebody like from the BAU to come out and talk to her, somebody who is trained with situations like this, because
How about her brother? Why does her brother not go see her and just start with a conversation like, are you okay? I haven't seen you since 2008. I'm hearing about this in the news. Just want to let you know I'm here for you. Why don't you start it that way? T-Walk said, with hoarding, it starts with one person and the rest follow. When you try to clean up or throw something out, they flip out. People become compliant to the main hoarder as they can be scary. Not around here. Tell you what, I can't stand shit piled up. No, 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 no. The hoarder can get as mad as they want, okay? And for some reason, hoarders have no problems with messes around them. Like, they don't pay attention to dog turds. They don't pay attention to clothes all over the floor. They don't pay attention to things like that. All they want is stuff, 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 stuff. It doesn't matter what it is. They'll go to a garage sale and they'll buy clothes that don't fit them because they have something new. It is so strange and it is so weird, and I don't get it. Most of us try to keep our house as clean and spick and span as possible. These people must be freaking out because they're in jail cells with nothing around them.
highly doubt there is anybody trained in this situation in Benton County.
Exactly.
I think her eyes were red because of the feces fuse. That's what I think.
That's what I thought too. Or I thought, I don't know. I'm not gonna say some of the things I thought, but like
we don't know
exactly.
I thought that, or maybe because they.
I'm going to go ahead and agree with Joey on this. It has been reported that other people in the house have had very red and irritated eyes, and it is from the fumes from the feces.
One of my best friends used to work in a juvenile correction center, and they used to like spray them like down when they would come in. And I thought maybe it might have been some irritation from that, but either one would be possible.
Okay, thank you guys for letting me speak. And again, thank you for telling your story. Thank you for being strong. And I'm praying for you guys.
You're welcome. Tell Kay I said hi.
Okay, reach out if you need anything. Reach out to her if you need anything.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just found out that the twins were conjoined today.
Yeah, I didn't even
know if it was true or not, just because I didn't see anybody official say anything about it. I just seen people in comment sections and all over Facebook. So I don't believe anything I'm seeing on Facebook or anything I'm hearing on TikTok, just because so many people have added their own twists and turns. Like there was one girl from the country Peru that commented on Joey's brother's post saying that Joey was essaying his sister when he was 12. Joey was in a hospital and couldn't walk and shot his toe off at 12.
Why would Joey shoot his toe off? Victoria's Secret 111 said some people get really red from crying as well. Could be. Could be. And now we have a shot off toe. What to do?
Like, these people just come up with the craziest allegations.
They said go to NBC4, and I guess the conjoined thing is over there. I just seen it in the comments.
Yeah, I don't trust NBC4 because NBC4 apparently also released something saying that they were already going there to investigate the DV and CA. And from what even in the press conference, they said that they had no idea there was even children there. They went there for a completely unrelated situation.
First they're saying it was a warrant for the indecent exposure. Then it was a warrant or some kind of, what was it? It was something else. I know the indecent exposure. I heard something else, and I'm not even trying to say it because I can't remember. It was something else. I can't remember.
Wasn't it that there was a death recently or something?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
That's what we were
thought-
told
yeah.
before any of this happened. So when Elizabeth and Gary Jr. went by themselves to Joey's mother's house sometime between Thanksgiving and Christmas they
Day.
told her that a
Christmas
child passed away and that they were under investigation for it.
Yep, it was Christmas of last year, 2020. Yeah, yep. I was on the phone with my mom, and since he wouldn't say nothing, he wouldn't let her talk. And the only thing she said was, "Mom tried to get some pictures of her," and she said, "Mom, please don't take no pictures of me." That was the only thing I heard my sister say.
I'm Joey's wife.
That's the only.
Okay, she's Joey's wife. That has been made clear now. And she is trying to fill him in on his own family. And when he says, well, my sister, so be it. You have not seen her. You weren't even aware of how many children she had. If ever we could take a second and hit the like, and if you're in the bushes, come out and say hello, and just double check to make sure that you are subscribed. MJ said it's a biohazard in that house. You're exactly right, and I'll explain why. Because when September Angel was over there, it's boarded up, there's crime scene tape around, and they have biohazard signs around. However, some people keep saying that's how they live there. I don't believe that for a second.
Only thing I heard my sister say.
So the warrants that everybody are seeing that were dated on the 30th that talk about CA and DV, those warrants, so when the officers originally went to go exercise the original warrant they went there for, they had to obtain another warrant to search the entire premises because at that point it was something completely different once they found the children. So that is why there was another warrant that was issued on that day, but that was because they had to make a phone call and get it.
Yeah, I'll be going live again, but I won't be talking much about this until I find out new stuff. Like, I'm not going to sit here and repeat myself and repeat myself and repeat myself. This ain't a broken record. I mean, I get it. Y'all need the questions answered, but I can only answer so many. Unlike everybody's painting me out.
So I don't think that the picture that Elizabeth's mother has posted of her is a very old picture. She was a teenager in those pictures. She looks older, and I've noticed a lot of people have been sharing like that picture altered with AI.
Yeah, that's not even my sister.
Very young in that picture. Any new we've seen something about like Gary Jr. had a Facebook page, and there was a post on there that said, "This is Elizabeth, and anybody that has pictures of me, I want them taken down." We don't believe that was Elizabeth that posted that. We think it was him. I don't know why she wouldn't want her own mother to have a picture of her. Like, It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to us, that whole situation at all.
No.
Yes, we
It
see
may
that.
have been
too.
hard for her to like look at herself, like knowing that she's, because clearly, like I said, you could see the light gone out of her between the old picture of her and the new one. So it may have been like something like, you know, just like she doesn't like looking at herself, so she just doesn't want pictures taken, maybe.
The woman on the porch with Lynn and
Maybe.
Gary Jr. is their daughter, Linda. Their daughter, Linda, is the one that was going to the house, and she is the one that was updating Elizabeth and Joey's mother on everything.
Okay, and that's fine. But they wouldn't let her in the house. I understand Home Skillet is new to the family. I get it. I understand that they're suddenly concerned about what's going on with the 16 kids. I got it. I got it. Sometimes it's called too little too late.
That was going on with Elizabeth. They were completely at her mercy for updates.
Why did she want to leave her mother at 13?
Joey has definitely gone over that already.
There was a lot of things besides the sexual stuff that's being accused. There was a lot of violence in our house. A lot. A very lot. Hell, half the time I wanted to go to jail myself, and I'd go over and ask the probation officer to send me to Sauter County Juvenile Detention Center. Her name's Julie Elliott. Ask her. Ask Jerry Dollars. I would actually beg them to send me to jail because I didn't want to be home. I ain't glad that she got out the way she did, but because this happened. If it would have been any other circumstances, I would have been saying, I'm glad she got out, but I'm not glad in these circumstances.
Yeah, we think it's really odd that she didn't want her mother to have a picture of her either.
Oh, yeah, I blame
But that also has a lot to do with Gary Jr.'s control over her.
Oh, no, my brother didn't go through it. My sister did. I appreciate that. I appreciate that 100%. But my brother did not go through it. Me and Elizabeth did.
I am going to repeat this again. There is a fake timeline of Elizabeth and all her children on Facebook, all kinds of different social media. It's on Reddit, it's on TikTok, it's on Instagram, that lists Tyler.
It's right here. And it's actually very, very accurate. Extremely accurate. So I don't know why Joey's wife is saying this is inaccurate. Tyler is actually Joey's son, but is somehow tied to his sister Elizabeth. Then you have Chloe. Then you have Zoe. Then you have Christina. Then you have Kayla. Then you have Brooks, not me. Then you have Gary the Third, LS, BS, JS, ES, NS, SS, twins, Faith and Bailey, that were twins conjoined and they passed away. And it's one after another. So you have to look at that. 4 sets of twins, 16 living. Why this person is saying that it's not true, I don't know.
Tyler as her oldest child. Tyler is Joey and Rachel's child.
Yeah, that's my son.
Elizabeth's child.
That's my kid.
Her
That is
oldest
my
child is Chloe.
Her second is Zoe.
Okay. Another family member said when she got pregnant at 13, her family said that child has to go be raised by someone else. And then when she kept hanging around Gary Jr., they finally took her to West Virginia and they got her hitched off to Gary Jr. It's very simple math if you want it to be the truth.
Mine is Tyler, then it goes Lindsay, and then Bentley, and then Nandon. I have 4 kids.
Rachel is Joey's ex-wife.
Yep, she's my ex-wife.
I have no problem repeating that as many times as it needs to be repeated, because that is one of the biggest rumors that I see being pushed all over Facebook, is everybody saying that Tyler is her child. They're saying that it's Joey and her child together. Like, it's just disgusting, the things that people come up with.
I mean, I got a birth certificate and social security card too, so I definitely do.
If you look at pictures of Joey when he was little, and that's his little.
That boy climbed down my butt. But yeah. Okay. I got 8 minutes. I'm gonna get off here.
Well, Tyler didn't climb out of your butt. The timeline adds up, and I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but there's a lot going on here. And just go ahead. Put a 1 in chat if you want to continue going through this, because there is a lot. Danny said, so was his children living with his sister? No, not at all. What I read was that she did have a baby at 13, and it was given to a family member. And when she got pregnant at 15, her mom said, put it up for adoption, but she wanted to get married. That is all I know. I want to say right now, I went through a lot of hell when things happened in Okmulgee, Oklahoma. Disgusting. We have a playlist on that. When those men got chopped up and thrown in the river. Disgusting. When Jesse McFadden did his disgusting BS in Henrietta, I had one person after another saying, oh, that's what Oklahoma's like, right? That's what Oklahoma's like. This has nothing to do with the state. This is their little peanut shell of a culture. This is how that family lives. These are their secrets. This is their isolation. And don't even throw that COVID bullshit at me, because I don't care. They were already shut-ins. They probably didn't even know we had COVID going on. They have been helpless their whole lives because they enjoy it. They do. They are bonded together by whatever trauma they have for the day. But they don't do anything to help themselves. Hell, a 12-year-old can take out the trash. A 13-year-old can mow the yard. 16-year-olds should have a damn driver's license. This is crazy. But they're making it sound like in Ohio that they're like some kind of like backwoods people that just don't know any better and no one taught them. Piss on that. Piss on that. All right, you guys, I'll be back in a couple of hours. I'm going to be talking about a woman named Brooke out of New Jersey that no one's really talking about. She was murdered in midday in her own home. I still believe it could be her husband. And if you missed something, please go back and replay it, because I just can't keep repeating myself. So you all are the best. Mod Squad, my goodness, what to do with you? And it looks like Uli is in the running for top fan. And it looks like Stacy is in the running for the free t-shirt. So you guys be cool, and I'll see you back here in a little bit. Love you.